Hi everyone, my name is Tyler V and I'm the Community Outreach and Volunteer Promotion Assistant at Yihang Center, Mississauga. And today I'm going to be showing you stretching exercises specifically designed for seniors with the modification so that seniors that spend most of their time sitting can do these exercises as well. These exercises focus on a principle called full range of motion, which allows you to increase the degree at which your joints can move. This will allow you to perform simple tasks in your daily life much easier, such as picking something up from a shelf or picking something up from the ground, because your joints have a better range of motion, hence the name. The first stretching exercise we're going to do today is called shoulder CARs. The word CARs stands for controlled articulated rotations, and it basically means joint rotations, and will show up many times in the exercises we do in this video, so I just want to let you know what it stands for. So shoulder CARs are ideally done against a wall, however I'll show you a modification after in which you can do it seated. So first you stand shoulder width apart with your feet parallel to the wall, and you place the back of your hand on the wall. You then start to lift your hand up to the top, you rotate your palm towards the wall, you bring it down, and then you rotate it and bring it back to the starting position. So again, you bring it all the way up, you rotate, you bring it down, and you bring it to the starting position. And you just repeat this. So ideally, when you do this exercise, you want to make sure that your shoulder is not turning in. When you do it, you want to make sure that you keep your shoulder straight so that you don't compensate for any lack of rotation. If this is too difficult for you, just take a step away from the wall and repeat, and this should be a lot easier for you. Repeat this exercise 10 times a day on each shoulder to get the maximum range of motion. Now I'm going to show you a modified version of the shoulder CARs, and this is for people that choose to be seated. So ideally you can grab a ball such as a tennis ball, but if you don't have one, that's okay. So while you do the shoulder CARs, make sure that you squeeze the ball. So we start out the same. We start at the bottom with our palm facing inside, and we rotate to the top. We turn our palm outside, and then we just rotate back in. So again, up, rotate, and then bring it back in. Up, rotate, and bring it back in. The next exercise we're going to be doing is called hip CARs. This exercise is great for seniors because it reintroduces range of motion back into your hips, allowing you to do things like walking and enjoying activities that require a little more movement to be a lot easier. So this should be done with something you can hold, such as a chair, although things like a bedpost would work as well. This exercise is a little difficult because it requires things like balance, so make sure that you take your time, you take breaks in between each repetition, and you're doing it to the best of your abilities. So that means the best of what your range in your joints allows you to do. So first you start by holding whatever you have with you and putting your opposite hip attached to it. We then lift our primary knee straight up as high as we can. We turn it to the side. We rotate so that our foot faces the sky. We bring it back, and then we bring it back down. So again, up with our knee, bring it to the side, rotate, bring it back and down. So full speed, it should look somewhat like this. So up, to the side, rotate, and down. Again, this may be a little difficult, so just take your time and go to the best. So if it looks something like this, that is okay as well, as long as we're doing it to the best of our abilities. We should be repeating this 8 times a day for each leg. Because hip CARs are done standing and they require a fair bit of balance, we can do these sitting down as well. And also for people that spend a majority of their time seated, we can do a modified version of hip CARs. So all it takes is a chair, you're gonna sit down, and we're gonna take our hands and put them either on the side of the chair or the handles. Okay, so this version of hip CARs does not require you to do the full range of motion to the side and back. It's just going to require range of motion in one direction, which is okay as well. Okay, so we're going to take our hands, We're gonna hold, and we're gonna bring our knee as high as we can towards the sky, straight up, similar to the start of the standing hip cars. So ready? We're gonna bring it back up, and we're gonna count 1, 2, 3, and then bring it back down. As simple as that. Ready? 1, 2, 3, and bring it back down. We're gonna do these 8 times each leg, and yeah, that's the modified sitting hip cars. The next stretch we're gonna do is knee cars. And knee cars are done seated, regardless if you can stand or not. And these are really important because anyone, not just seniors, can deal with knee issues. So this helps you do things like walking and running, and also introduces rotation in your knee. And this is important for seniors that are seated majority of the time because this reintroduces movement back into these joints. So again, we're gonna start seated, and we're gonna start with our foot turned so that the bottom of our foot is facing the inside of our body. We're then gonna lift our foot as high as we can, straight up. We're gonna turn our foot, and then we're gonna rotate the opposite side to make a full circle. So again, foot turned inside, lift, turn to the outside, and then back down. Remember that you wanna go as high as you can with your foot while keeping your thigh glued to the chair. Turn and down. And one more time. Up, turn, and back down. And we should do these 10 times each leg.